Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by asking you to think about something rare, something that catches your eye the moment you see it. Perhaps it's a rare gem, a rare flower, or even a rare moment in time when the world feels still. Rarity is often associated with value. We know that the rarer something is, the more precious it becomes. Today, I want to talk about the rarest women in the world and what makes them invaluable. The world is filled with extraordinary women, and yet the ones who stand out as the rarest are those who fully embrace their unique qualities unapologetically. And today, I want to shine a light on those women. Embracing imperfection. The rarest women are not afraid to be imperfect. We've been taught to strive for perfection, to show up in the world as flawless beings. But the truth is, it's the cracks and imperfections that create space for growth. It's in the vulnerability, the raw moments that we find the deepest strength. Rare women know that being real is their superpower. They do not hide their scars, they wear them proudly because those scars tell the story of how they've overcome, how they've grown, how they've lived. Resilience in the face of adversity. There's something about a woman who has weathered storms and come out stronger on the other side. The rarest women are not defined by their circumstances, they are defined by how they rise from them. These women have faced challenges that would make others quit, but instead they stand tall, they keep walking, they press on because they understand that adversity isn't meant to break them, it's meant to build them. Their strength is not in what they've avoided, but in what they've conquered. Boldness and courage. The rarest women are bold. They are courageous in a world that often tells them to stay small, to be quiet, to be less. But they rise with a roar. They refuse to shrink themselves for the comfort of others. These women are the ones who dare to dream big, to take risks, to speak truth when it's uncomfortable. They stand at the edge of possibility and leap, knowing that greatness is never found in the safe zone, but in the bold steps they take toward the unknown. Compassion and wisdom. What makes a woman truly rare is not just her strength or her courage, but her heart. The rarest women are those who lead with compassion, who are never too busy to help, who lift others even when they are carrying their own burdens. These women have wisdom that flows not just from intellect, but from experience. They know that life's greatest lessons come not from success, but from failure, from mistakes, from the moments when they thought they wouldn't make it. And yet every piece of wisdom they gain is shared, helping others grow, rise, and soar. The power of self-love. You cannot give what you do not have. The rarest women have mastered the art of self-love. It's not always easy and it doesn't come overnight. But they understand that before they can pour into the lives of others, they must first pour into themselves. Self-love isn't narcissism. It's the foundation of confidence, of peace, and of purpose. These women know that to truly be rare, they must first accept themselves' flaws, dreams, struggles, and all. When they love themselves, they give others permission to do the same. Breaking free from limitations. What I admire most about the rarest women is their ability to break free from the chains that bind them. These women refuse to let anyone or anything tell them what they can and cannot do. They are the trailblazers, the rule breakers, the ones who redefine what's possible. They know that limitations are often self-imposed or inherited from a world that doesn't always see their worth. But they shatter those limitations, choosing to live in the fullness of their potential. The ripple effect, leaving a legacy. The rarest women know that their influence extends far beyond their own lives. Every step they take, every decision they make ripples out to those around them, shaping families, communities, and even nations. They are not concerned with fame, but with legacy. They know that when they rise, they bring others with them. And when they speak, their words echo for generations. These women leave a mark that no time or distance can erase. I challenge each of you to look inside yourself and find the rare woman within. You are not ordinary, you are extraordinary, you are more powerful than you realize. Don't let the world tell you who you should be. Embrace who you are, scars and all. Rise through your challenges, take bold steps, lead with compassion, and love yourself fiercely. You are rare, and that's what makes you invaluable. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. Be bold, be brave, be the rarest woman the world has ever known. When we think about rarity, we often think of something precious, something hard to find, something that catches our attention because it's not like everything else. The rarest things in life stand out because they are unique, they are valuable, and they are unforgettable. But let me tell you something powerful. Rarity isn't just about being one in a million. It's about being authentic, unapologetically yourself in a world that constantly tries to tell you who you should be. The rarest women are not defined by what they own or how they look. They are defined by their ability to stand firm in their truth, to let their light shine even when the world asks them to dim it. They walk in the fullness of who they are without apology. And let me remind you, there is power in that. There is power in being different, in being someone who is not afraid to go against the grain. The rarest women don't blend into the background. They create space for themselves. They don't follow the crowd, they lead it. Rarity is a choice. It's a decision to be bold enough to exist in the world as you are without pretending to be someone else. The rarest women know that they don't need to fit into any mold. They know that being true to themselves is what sets them apart. And yes, it's not always easy. The world may not always understand them or see their value at first, but the rarest women don't wait for the world's approval. They live knowing that their worth isn't up for debate. Think about a diamond for a moment. When it's first discovered, it's not shiny and polished. It's raw, rough around the edges, but still filled with potential. Over time, through pressure and process, it becomes what it was always meant to be, something extraordinary. The rarest women are like diamonds. They go through their own trials, their own refining moments, and in the end, they shine brighter because of it. The struggles, the setbacks, the heartaches, they don't diminish their value, they enhance it. They are what makes them even more rare, more precious, more powerful. You see, when you embrace your own rarity, you don't just elevate yourself, you elevate yourself, you elevate everyone around you. Your authenticity, your strength, your resilience, your willingness to step into your purpose, it inspires those who see you. It gives them permission to be themselves. That's the beauty of rarity. It has a ripple effect. When you stand tall in your own truth, you make space for others to do the same. And so I want you to understand this. The rarest women are not perfect. They are not flawless. They are not always the ones in the spotlight or the ones who have it all together. But they are the ones who know that being true to themselves is the most powerful thing they can be. And that, my friend, is what makes them invaluable. The power of rarity is not about being like anyone else. It's about being exactly who you were meant to be. It's about recognizing that the very things that make you feel different, that make you feel like you don't fit in, are the things that will make you stand out in the most beautiful and powerful way. So don't shy away from your uniqueness. Don't hide the parts of you that feel different or unconventional. The world needs your light. The world needs your voice. And in a world full of ordinary, the rarest women are the ones who remind us all of the beauty and power that lies in embracing who we truly are. When we think of perfection, we often imagine something flawless, something without a single crack, a single blemish, or a single mistake. It's as if perfection is the standard we must strive for, the destination we're supposed to reach in order to be valued, to be worthy, to be loved. But let me tell you something important. Perfection is not the goal. In fact, it's the imperfection, the rawness, the authenticity that makes you truly valuable. The rarest women in the world are not those who have it all together or who appear flawless on the outside. They are the ones who have the courage to show up just as they are, with their flaws, their fears, their scars, and they embrace it all. The rarest women understand that their imperfections don't diminish them, they define them. It's in those imperfect moments where real beauty is born, because it is in the mess, the struggle, and the vulnerability that we find our true strength. How often have we been told that we need to be perfect? Perfect in how we look, perfect in what we do, perfect in how we speak, perfect in our relationships, perfect in our careers. But what if perfection is a myth? What if the things we perceive as imperfections are actually the pieces that make us who we are? It's the things we struggle with that make us strong. It's the moments where we feel broken that actually make us whole. The rarest women aren't afraid to show the world their imperfections, because they've learned that it's those very things that connect them to the world, to other women, to other people who feel just as messy and just as real. Imagine a flower in full bloom. It doesn't apologize for the fact that some of its petals are a little bent or that a few leaves are slightly tattered. No, it just blooms anyway, because it knows that its beauty is not about being flawless. It's about being alive, about being authentic, about showing up as it is, no matter the condition. The rarest women are like that flower. They don't hide their brokenness, their mistakes, their imperfections, because they know that these are the very things that make them human. And it is in embracing these imperfections that they truly step into their power. Let's talk about scars for a moment. Scars are often seen as reminders of pain, of suffering, but they are also symbols of healing, of survival. Each scar tells a story of something that was once broken but is now whole. These marks, these imperfections show us how far we've come, how much we've grown, and how much strength we carry. The rarest women wear their scars proudly, not because they're perfect, but because they've been through the fire and they've come out shining. We all have moments of doubt, of fear, of wondering if we are enough, but the rarest women don't let those doubts stop them. They've learned that they don't have to be perfect to be powerful. They don't need to have every answer, every detail planned, or every step mapped out. What they need is the courage to keep moving forward, even with all their imperfections in tow. And let me tell you, that courage is far more powerful than any mask of perfection ever could be. You are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to be real. You are meant to be beautifully imperfect, wonderfully human, and unapologetically you. When you embrace your imperfections, when you stop trying to be someone else, you unlock the true power that lies within you. It's in the cracks that the light shines through, and it's in your authenticity that the world finds its greatest beauty. So stop hiding your imperfections. Wear them like a crown, because they are what make you the rarest version of yourself. And that, my friend, is exactly who you were always meant to be. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. It's forged in the fire of adversity, shaped by the weight of challenges, and strengthened by the storms we endure. The rarest women in the world are not those who've avoided struggle, but those who've learned to rise through it, to transform their pain into power. When life throws obstacles in their path, they don't crumble. They bend, they stretch, they adapt, and they keep going. And that is what makes them unstoppable. We all face hardships, some of us more than others. The loss of a loved one, the heartbreak of a failed dream, the crushing weight of expectations that seem impossible to meet. There are moments when the world feels like it's falling apart, when you wonder if you'll ever get back up. But here's the truth: resilience isn't about not falling, it's about how you rise after you've been knocked down. The rarest women don't see their challenges as the end, they see them as opportunities to grow, to evolve, to become something even stronger than they were before. There's a beauty in resilience that comes from knowing that you can be bent without being broken. It's like a tree that bends in the wind but doesn't snap. It might lose a few leaves, its branches might bend, but it stands firm. It grows deeper roots, and with every storm it faces, it gets stronger. The rarest women are like that tree. They grow through what they go through. They understand that adversity isn't something that's meant to destroy them, it's something that's meant to build them. And it's that understanding, that shift in mindset, that makes them resilient. Every time life challenges them, they don't see it as a reason to quit, they see it as a reason to rise. And when they rise, they do so with purpose. They don't let their setbacks define them, they let them refine them. They understand that the lessons learned in the darkest moments are the ones that teach us the most about who we truly are. It's in the moments of struggle that we tap into our deepest strength, that we learn what we're truly capable of. And the rarest women are those who dig deep, who refuse to be defined by their circumstances, and who use their struggles as fuel for the next step in their journey. But let's be clear, resilience is not about pretending that everything is okay when it's not. It's not about masking your pain or putting on a brave face when you feel broken. No, resilience is about acknowledging the hurt, facing it head on, and finding the courage to keep moving forward. Even when the road is hard, it's about giving yourself permission to grieve, to stumble, to feel lost, but then finding the strength to rise again. It's about knowing that it's okay to fall apart sometimes, because you're not falling to the ground, you're falling into the woman you were always meant to be. The rarest women take their struggles and turn them into something beautiful. They turn their pain into purpose, their grief into growth, their challenges into triumphs. They refuse to be victims of their circumstances. Instead, they use their experiences to empower themselves and others, and it's this resilience that creates a ripple effect. It inspires the people around them to keep going when life gets tough. They become beacons of hope for those who feel like giving up, showing them that no matter how hard life gets, there is always a way through. Resilience is not just about bouncing back, it's about transforming. It's about evolving into the strongest, most authentic version of yourself through every challenge, every setback, and every battle you face. And the rarest women, the ones who have learned to rise again and again, they are the ones who teach us that we too have that strength. They show us that adversity is not the enemy, it's the pathway to our power. So when life feels heavy, when the road feels too hard to walk, remember, this resilience isn't about being invincible. It's about being human and still choosing to move forward. It's about knowing that even in your weakest moments, you are stronger than you realize. And the rarest women are the ones who remind us all that we don't have to be defined by what we go through. We get to choose how we rise. And that choice, my friends, is what makes us truly unstoppable. Compassion and wisdom are not just qualities, they are the heartbeat of the rarest women in the world. They are not the loudest voices in the room, nor do they seek the spotlight, but their presence is felt deeply by everyone around them. These women have learned the power of empathy, the ability to understand others not just through their words, but through their hearts. They don't just hear the stories of others, they listen with the intent to heal, to uplift, and to support. It's not that they haven't faced their own struggles, they have. But in their pain, they've learned to see the pain of others. They've cultivated a softness in their hearts that refuses to turn cold, even when the world around them can be harsh. There's a quiet strength in compassion. It's not the kind of strength that demands attention or applause, but the kind that quietly shifts the atmosphere, the kind that lifts the broken and nurtures the weary. Compassion is the ability to hold space for someone without judgment, to offer a listening ear without expectation, to give without needing anything in return. And the rarest women do this not because they are perfect, but because they've learned that the power to heal the world begins with the willingness to show up with an open heart. But compassion is not just about caring for others, it's also about caring for yourself. The rarest women understand that true compassion starts within. They know that they must first tend to their own wounds before they can offer healing to others. They take time to nurture their own souls, to give themselves grace, to recognize that they too are deserving of love, care, and kindness. And it's from this place of self-compassion that they are able to pour into others, knowing that their cup will never run dry as long as they continue to refill it with love. Wisdom, on the other hand, comes from experience. It's not just knowing the right things to say or having the answers, but understanding the complexities of life. Wisdom is the ability to see beyond the surface and to recognize the deeper lessons hidden in every experience. The rarest women have gained their wisdom not by avoiding hardship, but by leaning into it, by letting the challenges of life teach them how to live with grace, how to forgive, and how to rise. They've learned that life's greatest lessons don't always come wrapped in success and victory, but often in the moments when they've fallen, when they've lost, or when they've stumbled. These women don't just possess knowledge, they possess understanding. They know that not everything can be solved by logic, and not every wound can be healed by advice. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer someone is not a solution, but your presence. Sometimes the best way to share wisdom is simply by being there, by sitting in the silence with someone, by offering a hand to hold when words fail. The rarest women understand that wisdom isn't about having all the answers, it's about knowing how to guide others through their own journey, how to gently nudge them toward the light when they feel lost in the darkness. And that wisdom also teaches them that the most powerful thing we can do in this world is to make others feel seen, heard, and valued. It's about recognizing the inherent worth of every person we encounter, knowing that everyone is fighting their own battles, facing their own challenges. When you lead with compassion, you begin to see people not as problems to be fixed, but as humans to be understood, respected, and supported.